going. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Empowering Voices. Today we have a very special guest because not only she's all the way from United States, from the sunny and warm California, although she was saying that it's a bit chilly today, but she's the youngest guest I've ever had on this program. And I'm super excited because Sammi Reyes is a great inspiration. And having myself children, I'm very excited to learn her journey, how she got where she is, because she's CEO of a company, she's a podcaster, she's a motivator, a public speaker. I mean, that's a lot. So welcome. We are super happy to have you here. And we start our conversation with the t-shirt I'm wearing today that is not afraid, because I'm sure Sammi is the biggest example for this. So welcome and tell us about your business, how you got there, and well, what you do.
Absolutely, yeah. So like you said, I am Sammi Reyes. I am the CEO of the Your Passion Agency, which is a social media agency. We help podcasters, speakers, and small businesses in the San Diego area to really just like improve their social media strategy and just give them their time back, because sometimes social media can be very consuming. I run the Fashion Your Passion podcast, which is a motivational lifestyle podcast for aspiring entrepreneurs. And I'm a motivational speaker. And so I speak on how to find your passion, how to curate your dream life, and how to create a winning mindset. On top of all of this, I am 19. I am
super young. I don't know. When did you start? I mean, super young. You were still a toddler.
Yeah, I started all of this in high school, actually. And it was based off of, I was in public speaking one semester, and my teacher gave us a motivational speech to do. And so I started listening to podcasts like Ed Milet and Rachel Hollis, and I fell in love with them. I listened to them almost every free moment I got. And at one point, I started recording myself for my speech to practice. And I would post it to SoundCloud every day. And it was called like 15 Days of Motivation or whatever it was. And after my speech, I showed my teacher what I had done. And she's like, you need to create this into a real podcast, like with the rest of them. And I was like, I don't know if I could do that or not. And so maybe
teachers know. They can see a bit more in the future.
Absolutely. She became one of my biggest mentors, and she just has pushed me to be just the best person ever. But after over winter break, I researched everything, and I did the whole I created everything. And from there, I met with another one of the teachers after winter break, and we sort of went back and forth about what it should be called. And I knew I wanted passion to be in there somewhere, because that's what my speech was about. And so she found the word fashion, and she was like, oh, like fashion, like creating your passion. And I was like, that's literally perfect. And so we just created Fashion Your Passion. I created a little graphic that literally it's so cringy to this day, but it was a thing that got me going. And from there, we just launched a podcast. It's been going for 2 years now. Wow. And it's
you are older than me on that.
Yeah, it's truly changed my life. And, it got me into entrepreneurship. It got me into, really finding something that I love to do. I mean, I started my agency about 6 months ago. And I didn't even know that I wanted to run an agency until 6 months ago, because things are just coming into my life and that I didn't know they would. And they're just opening doors for me. And honestly, a big part of it is because of podcasting. And so honestly, I credit everything to podcasting.
That's amazing. And because you are so young, the question is almost natural. Did your parents support you? I suppose they did, and they still do. I don't know. Do you still live with your parents? I suppose you do.
Yeah, so I actually don't. They're
Oh,
in Los Angeles and I'm in San Diego. But my dad was a business owner, like entrepreneur a while ago. And so he sort of understood what I wanted to do, what I wanted to go into. And so he was very, very supportive of it. For my mom, I think she was supportive of it, but she also wanted me to make sure that like my college major was sort of like it allowed me to have a job after college just in case. But I was like, no, I'm not really gonna do that. Like I'm gonna, like pursue my passions in college and stuff like that. So, she was sort of skeptical at first. She was like, just in case do X and Y. But after a while, she really was like, okay, I kind of see it now.
yeah, because it was becoming something concrete, actually
Yeah.
tangible and real. Of course, we parents are just worried about your security in life for the future.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a bit still shocked because you said you live on your own. Because here in Europe, but especially from where I'm from the south of Italy, 19 to live alone, a woman, forget it. It wasn't the case when I was 19, but it's not the case today. So
Mhm.
excellent, good on you. Super independent. So, so do you have already a vision for the future? I mean, your future is already so bright and so long. So do you have any other plan what you want to do?
Yeah, so I want to like obviously like continue the agency for as long as possible. I definitely have some big plans to sort of change it into a branding agency, and sort of like help others create brands and create products and do all that fun stuff like that, and help people just like live out their passions. Additionally, like the podcast is going to go on literally until the day I die. Like I will be recording episodes on my deathbed. Like I don't care what it takes, I'll do it. And I think I just want to like, obviously like with COVID and America right now, like it's not, the greatest time for like schools and stuff like that. But I do want to go out there eventually and start speaking again, and just like going to high schools, going into college, classrooms or, clubs and stuff like that. And speaking there, because that's honestly like my greatest joy in life. Like that's something that I did one day for like 400 people, and I was like, this is the thing I need to do for the rest of my life.
Were you nervous at all?
Not really. No, because I knew that it was a topic that I could speak from my heart about, and I was like, I had done it before, and so not with like many people, but like I'd done, just like speaking before of that topic, and I knew if whatever I just said, like whatever I said, it wasn't going to be like, it was whatever.
Yeah, you didn't
So,
have to prepare the speech. You had it already
yeah,
inside you. That's really helpful, of course.
yeah,
And
absolutely. Yeah.
do you have a word or a quote that can be a bit your mantra or your guide in a way?
Yeah. So my teacher actually gave me a bracelet right before I left for college, and it says I can and I will.
That's
And
amazing.
that is the biggest thing that I just like I live by every single day, because like, obviously sometimes we have like these moments where it's like, oh, I really just can't do this, or I can't do that, or I don't feel like doing that. And so I just look down at my bracelet every single day and I'm just like, I can and I will.
That's amazing. It's one of my favorite. I'm actually working on one of my pieces with exactly this quote because I love it. And of course, your advantage, let's say, because you are so young, all the limiting beliefs that we start stacking along our journey are a bit less, and you can be a great inspiration actually because you speak the language of the people you are addressing. So that's amazing. I really hope I can support my daughter to have these ideas and these aspirations as well. So I just want to remind everyone that Sammi's contact will be in this post, in my bio, on my website, on my YouTube channel, everywhere. So you can reach out whenever you want and listen also to a podcast. So I really thank you a lot. I know that it's super early in San Diego, but thank you for being with us. It's been a really nice chat, and speak to you soon. And bye everyone. See you next week.